you become ageless. No aging, no weakness, no wrinkling. That is our hope. And that keeps us alive. Precious blood of Jesus Christ. Is your hope still alive? So because of this hope, we are called to become the disciple of God, the disciple of Jesus Christ. In fact, it is because of the hope we have in Christ Jesus that Peter, James, and John, all the apostles, sacrificed themselves. Martyrs allowed themselves to be crucified and died. It's because of what? Because of the hope of resurrection. And that is what St. Paul preached. If you see those who are suffering for the sake of God, it's because we have hope that one day we are going to resurrect. There is salvation after here. Destroy this mortal body, but you have no power over my soul. That is the hope of resurrection. So my dear brothers and sisters, do not weep because of your cross. You are marching to Calvary. You are marching to New Jerusalem. Your journey is not a waste. All this stress you suffer yourself, enter road, come down here, at times you see yourself lying down on the mat. It is because we are pilgrim moving towards somewhere. You know that? You have a better bed in heaven. You will no longer sleep on the stones when you get there. All these sufferings and pains will disappear. This is what the book of Revelation says. It says your tears will be wiped away. Your sorrows will be taken away. Everything that troubles you will be taken away. All those you think you have lost, you will find them again. Like myself, I miss my mother now. I miss my father. But on the resurrection, I will see them again. That is my hope. So I don't need to cry again. I don't need to weep. Widows should not weep because you will meet your husband again. Widowers, you should not weep. You will meet your wife on the day of resurrection. Those who have lost their dear ones, don't lose any hope. You will meet them there. And do you know one interesting thing? One interesting thing there is that when we appear in the presence of God, we will be like Christ. I heard somebody say, will they know us? Yes. You will know everybody in his identity. The miracle of God is this. Since God started creating a new human being in the world, there is no identical. Even the one we call identical twins, there is still something that differentiates them. The scientists have told us that the fingerprint has never repeated itself in the world. Do you know that? Fingerprint. God keep on changing it as a great artist. So there's nobody that have lived in this world have the same fingerprint with you. In the same way, nobody resembles you. You are only identical. God is great. So on the day of resurrection, we will see our beauty, how perfect we are, and how God has made it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is this one that will help you to sleep well whenever you want to sleep. You will no longer be afraid that Satan is pursuing you. And let me even say something. Some people have this something in their head. Somebody come and says, I don't know what is my problem. Even now they bring food for me, I eat in the dream. This is my trouble. At times I see myself flying. I want to say something. I want to ask, is there any evil in that? The reason is that some people doesn't have an opportunity of eating chicken and meat. In the dream it comes. Why can't you enjoy it in the dream? The person that eats in the physical are those who eat in the dream. Who gain and who lose? If I'm sleeping, let me tell you something. Only that I don't have nobody bring that in for me in the dream. If they are bringing it and wake me up, I will slap you. Because I would like to eat it. But they are not bringing it. Then I want to say something. Men and women of hope have something in common. Those who have hope in God, What they have in common is this: they have mission and they have cross. Two things I said, and that's what I want to use to conclude. Their mission is to make sure that everyone returns home. That's their mission. They are working day and night to bring children of God back to God because they have hope. Just like you have seen that we need the tribulation. You want to gather everybody to go home with you because that is where our hope is. Here is not our home. I pity young men, young ones, who while away their youth on vanity. Why can't you give this energy to God? You are promoting what is not helping the world, that will not last. After some time, all these things will pass away. Some people go into celibacy. I want to be a celibacy. In this way, they spoil their life. They end up destroying their life. And when they now become old, they will begin to regret that they have nothing. Somebody posted to me, I was reading many women who are celibates who doesn't have any child. And they were making comments. They are fine. They are okay. They have used because they have used their age and other things too. And they become such because they are acting film. They are musicians. They are this and that. They wanted to be single in order to have time for such passing things. And also, I now question ourselves who have given ourselves to God in such. How sincere are we and how joyous are we in sacrificing our life in something that will last? If you have given your life to God and you are still regretting, why did I give my life to God? Why did I give my life to God? I am losing. That becomes a problem to you. If you have not given your life to something that is lasting, it means that the call of hope is missing. In fact, when you have hope, you will become an evangelizer. One of the messages said, I am calling all my apostles to enter into the field of evangelization. How can you go into evangelization when you don't have hope of the resurrection of Christ? You don't have hope of returning back to God. You think that everything ends here. I want to say something to end that one. Any minute that passes away doesn't come back. If the life is irreversible here on earth, if you miss any opportunity, you can't get it. If you are going to amend, it is only amendment. You know, amendment is always amendment. Do you know that? Look at Augustine. Augustine cried out when he discovered something. Only one thing he regrets. He said, I have wasted away my youth. I was searching for him where he is not. I was wasting my energy in hopeless things that passes away. Now I have discovered him too late. Just too late. That is Augustine's regret. So I encourage mostly the young ones, enter into mission. Now the second part is the cross. There is a relationship between cross and hope. Cross means when you are suffering, this thing I read said, suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces hope. And this hope will not what? Will not fail us. Look at what St. Paul said. Hope produces trials and trial produces hope. Two of them work in hand. From crosses to hope. From hope to cross. What does it mean? Whatever you are suffering has meaning. In fact, it is a stepping stone to something greater. If you understand. If you keep your hope and endure, that endurance will bring salvation. And that endurance in that suffering is that hope we are talking about. Don't just kill yourself because you think that things is not going. Somebody come to me and say, Barnabas, what type of life is this I'm living? Marriage, I have not. Money I don't have. Everything hopeless. Is it life that I'm living? I said, hope is still there. That is the cross you have to carry. Are you with me? Some people, one other person came to me and said, I just married, only one child. I lost my husband. If I had not even had this child, I could have dropped. In fact, I ran away from this home. But this man is it him that is wicked or God that is wicked? That he just tied me in this home and now left me. All my hope in life, all my dream to be this and be that. In fact, all that I planned with my husband just shattered. Has it shattered? You need to take the cross. It is in endurance that the real hope and salvation will come. I will give you one testimony and conclude. Think of whatever you are suffering. Think. In fact, a few days ago, somebody sent me an email, and this was a devotee who is working in one country, outside the country, was sending me a picture of many Nigerians who are in refugee camps. Some become prostitutes, wounded and tortured. Then he was telling me that I should pray for them and others. Then he was interviewing one of them. That one he was talking to told him that, in fact, she's sick. She's having a lot of sickness. He went to hospital and nobody cares to attend her there. And she said that she was deceived to travel. Somebody picked her from Lagos. She wanted to do that. She will give her a job outside the country, only to end up in prostitution. Then every day 15 men will meet her. Now she's now having a sickness. But one thing gives me joy in what this girl said. She's having tumors in her body. He said, no problem. I will take the woman to court, and I will strive. I will continue to struggle. This is not the end of life. There is still hope. I will still make it in life. She's just saying this, encouraging herself. I said, look at Nigerians with a woman of hope. Look at this girl that has been crushed with all sorts of things, still have hope that she's going to make it in the world, not make it in God this time around. What is even interesting in whole thing that he wants to make it in the world, not to make it in God. Are you getting what I'm saying? People can still struggle despite all the struggle, anything they suffer in the world. They still believe that I will still make it in the world. Why can't you? If sin has crushed you, you become like Mary of Magdala. They caught you at the point of stoning you to death. Every day you think that you are the worst sinner. You can still be a saint. Do you know that? You can still make sainthood. That is the challenge I'm giving you this evening. Don't throw your hope away. You can still revive everything and become holy. People like Mary of Magdala has done that. People like Augustine has also done that. Your own will not be a different thing altogether. What you need is to say, I want to come back. You tell God, I am ready to revive my hope. Don't ever lose hope. Those who commit suicide, will all of them go to hell? No. If someone the rope is on your neck, and you are about to die, and you remember God and say, God have mercy, your soul may not get lost. Do you know that? I use this as an extreme example. No matter whatever that befalls you, don't ever lose sight of God. Always say, God, save me. And who will you remember? Remember that man, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Son of God and Son of Man, who came into this world not because of our holiness, but because we are sinners and because he loved us. He searched for us and he found us. And when he did this, he died for us. He is our only hope. Because he resurrects, we shall resurrect. Because he lives, we also shall live. Wherever he is, there shall we be. May the name of the Lord be praised, both now and forever, through Christ our Lord. Let us stand up in prayer, a little intercession, and ask God for prayer. We are going to invoke Our Lady to help us. So on that, we are going to take hymn 228. We beg Our Lady our Mother to assist us in this journey. She is also our hope. 228. Choir, you lead us. Oh, help all the offering triumph, you of God, we offer you our hope. Beg our Lord Jesus to help our hope to be revived. We know that this is a gift from God. We cannot get it. God will not bestow it in us. But we know that during baptism, we will receive this hope. As the fruit of our baptism, we will receive faith and the equal gifts of love. Nurture this gift in us. Help these gifts, especially the gift of hope at this time, to be bright, so that we will know that our true home is heaven and that this world is passing away. In order to give everything and follow Jesus, who is our hope, we pray, O Mother. First part. Holy, holy, have lost their hope in God, bring them back and restore their hope, especially those who are at the point of death, those who are at the point of committing suicide in different parts of the world, those who are drug addicted, or those who are habitual sinners in a particular way or the other. They have lost hope in becoming good. They have lost all hope in overcoming their weakness because they are drug addicted, because they are chain smokers, because they are slaves of sex. They are addicted to pornography, to all sorts of things that have enslaved them. Some are tied down with the force of anger and emotion. Some are habitual liars. Some are even, they don't have faith anymore. They don't even believe that God is there. And it seems that there is no more hope. Those who guide them, or their parents, or their brothers and sisters, have lost hope of recovering, of restoration, and presenting them, all of them, especially those who are in this arena. Restore us again. Restore our hope through the merit of the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, who is our hope. We sing. Our life unto next year below. For the gift of holy fear, which is the object of the gift of hope. This fear that will help us to love God and at the same time to be afraid and tremble before the majesty of God, not to offend Him. This fear that will help us to cherish our hope, that is the salvation of our soul. This fear that will help us to shun all evil and to live a pure life in the presence of God. Father, help us to be aware of this love of yours and to cherish our hope, our salvation. Help us not to be afraid of you, or because you are a father that punishes. No. Let us we have that fear because we love you. Let it be the holy fear that emanates from love, not to offend you and not to lose you. The love that will make us to remain closer to you in hope. The love and fear that will guide our hope. Mother, I beg you, give us something of this virtue through the merit of the passion of your only Son, Jesus Christ. As we sing.
So we cry for sons of you.
Restore our hope. Help us to fear. Thank you, Mother of God. Let us who are here burn in the fire of love and remain restless until they enter into the work of evangelization. Like Elijah, put fire in our hearts and let this fire also come out of our mouths. The fire that will proclaim your message, knowing fully that the time is short. Let us know the shortness of time, O Lord of ages. Through the merit of the holy tears of the Mother of God all over the world, I present these holy tears before your altar and beg you to put fire of love in our hearts. The fire that will push us into mission. The fire that will take us into the field of evangelization. The fire that will make us not to be at rest, to remain restless, and all the souls are gathered to God. The fire that will keep us restless until all men and women return to God. We offer this petition through the hand of the Mother of God as we pray for the revival of hope as we sing.
From the most gracious advocate,
Mother, advocate for us.